from one of the most resourceful, independent, and badass generations of all time. Welcome to the Gen X Brothers Podcast. Join Erik and Glenn, two half-brothers that make up one hell of a show.
Hey, what's up, my 2023 deadbeats?
2023,
Yeah.
second week of 2023.
Go out and get a job, you fuckers.
We got.
Hurry up and put the economy back on track, man. I'm sick
Yeah.
of this shit. I'm sick of this.
Is this a
bad
job? Do
economy.
we have a job? Is this our job?
Yeah. No,
Where-
not quite. We make
Where's
like
my
20
paycheck,
cents
man?
a year. Yeah.
Yeah, where's that?
20
Where's
cents a
that?
year.
Hey, where's that $10,000 a month you told me that we were supposed to be getting when you talked me into doing this shit?
Well, you know, our sponsor Tesla, fucking Elon Musk,
Yeah.
bought Twitter and screwed it all up. So
I want my money, damn it. No.
Hey, welcome to the Gen X Brothers Podcast, everybody. Say hello to my co-host, my brother, Mr. Erik D. Fulmer. How you doing, Erik?
Doing all right. Are we live? We're live, right?
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot to tell everybody we are actually
Yeah.
streaming live on YouTube now. soon
That's
to
why
be
I'm shaking
Facebook
so
as
bad.
well. Like you got like no people. Why is the same as a fucking anything else, man?
Do we got anybody out there? Anybody out there? No.
No. Current
dude.
viewers 0.
This morning, man, and this is the worst hell I've ever been in my entire life, man. Never like this morning. So, I had a dentist appointment for the 20th. Then they called me and they said, well, we got an opening for tomorrow if you want to just knock it out early, like at 8 a.m. So that was this morning. So I went, and it was for a teeth cleaning. It's going to be my first teeth cleaning in 50 something years.
Really? Damn.
Well, I think I did have I can't remember. I think back in Van Nuys, I had a partial cleaning. I can't remember if I did it or I just was, or I was going to go and do it and I never showed up because I was scared of the dentist. I've always been scared of the needle in the gums, but now I'm scared of the actual procedure. The needle in the gums is like not even painful.
No.
So I did this cleaning, man. I swear to God, it was like the worst freaking torture in my life, man. It was like,
Why?
she only did half of it because I was just thinking, okay, they'll go in there, scrape a little stuff. I have a lot of plaque buildup.
Yeah. It takes forever if it's a.
Yeah. Man, it was a deep clean, so she had to go under the gums. But, she numbed it up really good, but still, it was just so painful because I had to, they're putting water in your mouth, and you have to breathe through your nose and open your mouth really
I
wide.
hate that shit.
Yeah, and I felt like I was being waterboarded, man. I'll tell you where Bin Laden is. I was like, freaking. But yeah,
So you've never had like a root canal or like something taken
no,
out?
I've had my teeth pulled, like the two molars pulled last year.
Yeah.
One on each side, and that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, matter of fact, I felt it. Like Tony always said, like, oh, I love it when they pull a tooth, man. It feels good. I'm like, crazy,
No,
man.
it
But then,
doesn't.
yeah.
But yeah, that cleaning is weird because they do that weird. It's just that weird scraping and weird.
Well, that's what I thought. Well,
and-
they were using she was using some kind of laser gun or something.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
zzz, and like, that's some alien technology. Because how the hell is that laser freaking like cleaning my teeth? But then if it touches my tongue or lip, it's not burning my tongue or lip off. It's only freaking burning
it
off
only
the.
knows plaque. Maybe.
Yeah,
plaque is
so
a
that's
certain,
that's some freaking alien shit right there, man. That's some goddamn alien shit.
Let me tell you something, Eric. One time I had a molar removed, right? And
Yeah, fuck the dentist.
I
Man.
had to go to the cheap dentist because I was poor at the time.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. He's trying to sew it back up, right? After he took it out,
Mm-hmm.
he fucking drops the needle in my fucking throat.
Damn.
The needle goes right into my foot, right? I could feel it just fucking dragged right across my throat. And he said, don't breathe, or that needle's going to go right into your fucking lungs or whatever, and we're not going to get it out. So I was just like frozen. I was like, holy shit. I was about to have a fucking panic attack right there, man. That was some scary, I'm going to pay the extra money from now on to see a good dentist.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, she's like, well, you're going to have to come back for the other half. And I'm like, and she's like, we're booked out quite a far away, which is good with me because I didn't want to come back for a while. But
wait,
and
did
then
you
she's
stop
like,
because you
"Oh,
couldn't
but-
take it? Or
yeah,
because...
well, no, I mean, no, we had to stop because like my insurance only covers 2 sections at a time.
It only carries half.
Yeah, well, it covers the full thing, right? But for some reason they only allow a couple sections at a time, or whatever the quadra is, what it's
You
called.
have to walk around with a half clean
Yeah.
mouth for fucking 6 months.
Yeah, so I'm like,
What kind
my breath smells good over here, but it smells like you're like shit over
what kind
here.
of shit is that, man? That's
Yeah.
funny. The other half is gonna be dirty by the
Yeah.
time you get the other part clean.
Yeah. So then she's like, well, the January 20th that you originally had is still open if you want to take that. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it, but I'm probably gonna reschedule that shit, man, because
Just
I'm
get
not
it
going back
done.
for a while, man.
Don't be a baby,
But
man.
she's telling me like all kinds of stuff, like like the dentist, like or like if your teeth are, because that's where all your bacteria, and that's what like causes a lot of heart failures and all kinds of health issues. So even doctors are starting to look at people's dental before they even give them surgery. I think she's just trying to like sell the shit.
Yeah,
on
they
me.
just fucking scare your ass. I mean,
Yeah.
how many people are like, oh, what was the cause of your heart attack? Fucking
Yeah.
gingivitis.
Yeah.
Plaque
And how come I
lung.
never had any issues with cavities until I went to the dentist? Like,
Because
it's like you go to the dentist and then all of a sudden they see a cavity. Oh, there's a cavity forming there. It's like, how come I've been to the dentist like one time, 3 times? Now this is like the 4th time I've ever been to the dentist in my life, But the first time I ever went to the dentist, she was like, this is back in 2006. She's like, there's a cavity forming, but it's not there yet. And I never went back, and my teeth was fine.
Yeah, I think we got weird genes from our parent or mom, because I'm the same way. Like I barely had the only reason I had the back teeth taken out is because they were pushing in and they didn't make room anymore. But other than that, I only had one root canal in my whole life. I've never had a cavity ever. It's just fucking weird. Like I had one root canal because one tooth was fucked up, and I got a bridge put on it. But other than that, I've never had any problems with my teeth.
And did you ever get a teeth clean? You
Oh,
go regularly?
Yeah. When I got the bridge, I signed up for this whole year plan to fucking do it over the years. And
well, she told me like once I get this deep cleaning done, like then when I go back for other cleanings, it won't be as bad because it'll just be a cleaning. She's like, yeah, this is just a deep cleaning because they had to go under my gum and everything. It's
yeah. But doesn't it feel weird though? Once they get rid of it, you're like constantly moving your tongue against it.
Yeah, because I'm like, wow,
it feels like there's empty space. It's weird.
that, and it's like, wow, it feels like regular. Like I don't feel that plaque on top of it. Like almost feel like I want it back because I miss it.
So if you guys want to support Eric's GoFundMe for his
dental
cleaning,
for the trauma that I experienced to
get the other half done because
get the other half done before my
he's walking
insurance
around with
does.
half a clean mouth. Some funny shit.
Like that shit, man.
Hey, so I want to make sure everybody is aware of something. I want to make a quick announcement. Melina Moy, good friend of the show, she has a new album coming out March 17th. She's an excellent blues guitarist, left-handed blues prodigy, if you want to call it that. She's amazing on guitar.
Yeah.
So look out for that on Spotify or wherever the hell they sell fucking albums these days.
Yeah, Spotify. You can actually get her records on Amazon too, like at least one of them or two of them.
Oh,
some
like
of them are sold out.
Vinyl or?
Yeah, I got one of hers on vinyl. I got the last album that she did before. I'm really bad with titles, but the one where she's.
That's why I don't know what the title of the new album's gonna be. I just saw a post that it's coming out. She might not have announced it yet, but
more than enough. I think the one I got has that song "Enough," which is a really good song, and
So good luck to Melina. I hope she comes on the show when the album comes out again.
Yeah.
I hope everybody takes the time to go out
she was on our show once before. She was a delight to have and very empowering and inspiring, and
because of Eric's guitar expertise.
Yeah, we go way back. We came up in Hollywood. She just happened to like excel way past me and stuff.
Erik was her mentor and teacher, right?
You
actually taught her.
I taught her everything I know. I taught her everything I know, which ain't a whole lot. What scale? Taught her a pentatonic scale, and she took the rest and ran with it.
But you know that scale so fucking well, it's like you're a professor and shit.
Yeah. And it wasn't just a scale; it's how to play the scale. That's what taught me. Like I was like, wow.
You never taught me how to play the scale.
Yeah,
you just said you should already know it, Glenn. What's your problem? You should already know the fucking scale. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
No
so you
get
the Doug Marks metal method in the mail, and then he'll teach you like if you want to play it in key, you got to wherever the key of the song is, you got to count 3 frets down, and that's where you're gonna play the pentatonic scale.
Wait, who's Doug Marks?
You ever heard of that? The Doug Marks metal method. He had the band Hawk, really good band from the 80s. Like you send away, and it was always in the magazine. You send away, and he sends you a cassette tape of the lessons and a little booklet. And I did I just did one of his lessons. And
that shows why I don't know anything.
Yeah,
that shows why.
But what I really learned it from was Rich Kamir in high school, because he taught me actually when he was playing. He taught me he made me experience what it sounded like to actually play in key, because he played the Mester Crowley rhythm, and he taught me he told me to play the pentatonic in D, on the 10th fret. And I was like, wow, that's what it sounds like. And I was just doing a pentatonic. I wasn't doing Randy Rhoads, but I was just playing, going up and down. And it was like, ooh, I'm Randy Rhoads.
You got a big shot that you're gonna get a girlfriend, man. Back
Yeah.
in the 80s, you thought
Mhm.
you were a fucking.
That's so funny
guitar
because
god.
it was at the music school, music class in high school. I remember like, because we're all supposed to be learning green sleeves and all those like classical pieces. I remember me and Rich were just way in the back. It was a big
Yeah.
old classroom, like had like bleachers and shit, and we were just way in the back, just like doing that shit where everyone else was having to do the lesson.
That's funny because I did the same thing in my music class because we had took it so many times. We were in the advanced class, so we just sat in the front office and we just fucked me and my friend Rich.
Yeah.
You remember Rich? He's the one that recorded our first album.
Yeah.
Richard Jones.
Our first demo was
Our first demo, yeah, demo for Will O Wisp.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just fucked around in the office.
Was that the one we called
Did-
Variations? Was that the demo that he did? You
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Variations. Yeah.
With the Pismo Beach.
We recorded it in that giant mansion.
Oh
at
yeah,
first.
yeah.
Remember the drums? We did it. That
Oh, yeah.
Jazz.
Didn't we do that in Pasadena or something?
It was somewhere like that. Yeah, some
Yeah,
weird place.
because that mansion was like a big party mansion. I remember like it had a big old
Yeah.
like there's all those dolls in the doll room or whatever, all creepy. We'd go in there and check them out while we're all drunk
Which
and
is a
trip.
weird thing that you have like your kids. Like obviously the parents didn't give a shit that they had
Yeah.
this huge mansion and their kids were total like loved glam metal and
Mhm.
shit. So they would throw these huge parties and we'd get there, everybody get fucked up and crazy
Yeah.
and stuff. And
hmm
yet none of the dolls were missing. I don't think. I mean, nobody stole anything that I know of.
Yeah.
But well, speaking of people stealing stuff, Erik, but not quite yet. What about this Kevin McCarthy thing? The Republicans are trying to steal away the fucking seat from their own.
I wonder if he's
party.
gonna
It's all
because
weird
they're gonna
shit.
resume tonight, right? It's he's getting close to getting it. I
Yes.
thought like for sure that
He's gonna need some Democratic support.
yeah, because they were talking about
What's wrong with that?
they're talking about some of the Republicans might just say fuck it and vote for a Democrat and get him in there, but who knows? I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah.
But he's getting closer because he's already flipped about 14 of those people that were there's
Like, why would you have to flip your own party?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't.
well here's what it
it's
just goes to
horrible.
show like how much of his soul he's selling. It's like he's like how much dick he's really sucking back there because it's like these people that vehemently hate him and the fact that he's able to finally flip those people and it's like but he still has like 5 more he needs to flip or I think if he flips 4 more out of the 6 then he should be able, then he's going to get it tonight and he's
Well,
confident
do you
that
think that he's actually doing it? Do you think the other Republicans are doing it just to fuck with him?
well
Or
it's
do they really not want him as speaker? Are they
well
just
from what I
trying to send
understand
a message?
that's what I'm wondering like I thought it was like a anti-Trump Republicans that were doing it because he's in bed with Trump or whatever but it's like Boebert and all those like that don't want him I mean Matt Gaetz and that don't want him
Yeah,
and
that's
so
what's
there's
funny. I saw that Trump actually urged them to vote for McCarthy, and they still didn't do it. Like,
yeah
after
so and I think that goes to show that I think even them are giving up on Trump. They're just like
yeah,
they're starting to see Trump as like what he is and or what he always been, what he always was, and so, but apparently from what because they're so like they're the total hardcore right wingers, and so whatever deal that McCarthy is giving them, that's the scary part is that if he does get it flipped based on the deals that he's giving them, that's just gonna the house is just gonna be a fucking wreck, for the next 2 years and.
yeah, it's gonna be great. I love
Yeah.
it, but I love how Matt Gaetz says that. I just heard that if they pick somebody that isn't who he wants, that he's gonna resign. Do you think he's really gonna do that?
Yeah, I doubt
Like,
it.
come on, that chicken shit, motherfucker.
That's like saying if Trump gets elected again, I'm moving out of the country.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Nobody ain't doing nothing. But I just love how they make it public, and then they got to walk their statement back. Well, he ultimately picked the one that I wanted, so
hmm
I think we're gonna be okay with that.
Yeah, the Democrats are willing to actually pick a Speaker of the House if they're willing to abide by certain things. Like they're not going to raise the debt ceiling or whatever that shit is.
But I don't understand. This is what I don't understand because they're saying that he lost all these votes. He's trying to get them back because in the process of trying to get these other House members to vote for him, he's signing contracts or something. Like, aren't you supposed to be aren't you supposed to be working for the people? Why are you making backdoor deals?
That's
like it doesn't like what could they be asking for?
Well, that's the whole thing. And they're saying it's just going to show like what kind of governing that they plan on doing when they do get in there. Like, and they obviously don't know how to do it very good if they can't even elect a speaker, and
yeah, it just shows how fucked up the Republican Party is.
but even Kevin McCarthy said the stupidest thing like, well, it took so long because that's, because we had to learn how to govern it, or like I forgot what he said. It was very stupid. Like it didn't make sense. It was like,
Well, I like this. The funny part to me, right, is I turned on CNN and they were giving their little speeches, like each of the members, like in support of McCarthy or against, like, Matt Gaetz got there and said, I'm going to nominate Trump as the Speaker of the House or something, like something stupid. But this one guy's giving this very heartfelt speech for McCarthy. And I'm just thinking, who's listening to his speech? And like, does anybody give a shit? Like, whoever's in there, they've already made up their mind. It's not like I'm going to be in there and be like, man, that guy's making a good point. I think I'm going to switch. Like, nobody's listening to him, right? Is anybody listening? I don't know.
I saw a picture of Kevin McCarthy in his high school picture. It looked like he had long hair. I wonder if he's a metalhead.
I doubt. It would be funny though.
Yeah, I was picturing him like, because the way he looks now, he's probably, when he goes home at night, he puts on freaking like Slayer and Death. And
well, I'll tell you what. Speaking of the
Paul Ryan, he's a metalhead.
Paul Ryan. Yeah, Paul Ryan was a
full on metalhead. Yeah,
which is kind of cool. Yeah, whatever happened to him? I actually liked him. I thought he was a dumbass, but I actually liked him because he was honorable.
Yeah,
what happened to Paul Ryan? Did he?
I think he just got sick of the whole thing, and
I wonder if they had some dirt on him because you know how he resigned and shit. I wonder if like Trump had some fucking major like scandal.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
that's the shit I want to see. I want to see some fucking scandal.
That's probably how these other people are getting flipped by McCarthy. Or maybe Trump is actually sending him some of that,
bringing out the dirty,
some of that stolen donation money that he that he accumulated from that he gypped his people out. Well, I guess I could, because if you notice when he did his tax returns, when he released it, he didn't even donate his paychecks in 2020 to charity or whatever, because he probably needed that money. He's
I thought he was gonna work for like $1. Remember that?
Yeah, like
for free.
He was doing it fine. Like from 2016, 2017, he was actually doing what he said he was going to do, like donate the payroll or paycheck to. But in 2020, no donations, and I think I know why, because he knew flat out that he was going to need that money.
Like what? How much is it? It's not that
like $500,000 or something like that for a year.
Well, I guess he could use. Yeah, he's like, fuck it. Why am I?
Yeah, yeah, he needs every cent right now because by the time he gets done being sued, he's going to be like freaking 500,000 negative.
Well, speaking of Trump and his infamy as the Mr. Pussy Grabber, guess who got in trouble again, Mr.
You said something about Billy Bush.
It's gonna get great. The closer we get to 2024, man, it's gonna get great. It's gonna be a shit show for all people. But so apparently Billy Bush, the guy who was in the van or the bus with Trump during the pussy grab scandal, which again nobody cared about. The only person that got hurt out of that video was Billy Bush.
The one video.
If Billy Bush was the only one that got fired, Trump got to be president.
That's the thing about it. Yeah, anyone who goes around Trump, is the kiss of death. He's fine. He gets away with everything. But once you're around Trump, that's the kiss of death. There goes your career.
So Billy Bush, I guess I don't even remember the goddamn show that he's on. So he was making a joke. And again, he was caught on a hot mic. And I don't know. To me, it sounded like he was just running lines. Like they gave him some jokes to say. And, sometimes you say a joke and it doesn't fit. And, like on this, we just say different things and we just shoot. If you're a comedian, that's what you do. Or if you have a show. So he was talking about Kendall. Is it Kendall Jenner or Kendall Kardashian? Or I think it's
Kendall Jenner. I believe she's a Jenner. I think.
She's one of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
And apparently for Halloween, she went as one of the Toy Story characters. And Billy Bush goes, oh, well, Kendall goes, and believe me, there were a lot of Woodies. Like, so again, who gives a shit, man? Why does anybody care what he said? Why is he in hot water? If you watch Daniel Tosh, fucking Tosh.0, he said 10 billion times worse things than that.
Like,
why
I guess care? Like now it's considered sexualizing, which it wasn't really. It was.
It's a joke, and it wasn't even like on if it was live or something, or if it was to her face, right? I almost understand,
and I almost guarantee when she went to that party that joke was probably not very original. Like, I'm sure that there was probably about 50 guys saying the same thing.
Yeah,
hey, there's a lot of Woodies here. There's probably a lot of Woodies here.
I'm sure that was even written for Billy, but Billy Bush probably didn't even come up with that on his own. It was probably handed to him, and he was said it. But I just
so America knows, we're not condoning the behavior. We're just.
I don't think the behavior is warranted to be reprimanded. You know what I mean?
I'm offended by it, though. I'm just kidding.
Okay, if if you're in the privacy of your home, if you're in the privacy of a studio and you're around people and you're the point of the show is to be comical. Or like obviously, if you're in a woman's rights convention, then it's probably not the best place to make that joke, right? If you're in the middle of a serious office meeting where there's 30 or 40 executives, not the best place to make that joke. But if you're on a TV show where you fucking make commentary for a living, if you're in around your friends and you're just screwing around, who gives a shit? You know,
that's just all. Yeah, it just sounds to me like just like a cute little pun. There's basically a pun, right? Like,
But of course, people got to run with the story. And blah 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 blah. You know. It's just sad.
I bet if it wasn't Billy Bush that said it, I bet it wouldn't be that big a deal. But because he got in hot water with Trump, it's like,
well, yeah,
holy shit, there's Billy Bush with his mouth again. Big mouth strikes again.
Because they can't attack Trump anymore, so they're looking for anyone else to jump on the bandwagon.
I never understood. Was he always related to George Bush or no? He looks like he would be. Like he looks like a younger version of George Bush.
Is he part of the Bush family? I don't know.
That's the thing. I kind of think he is. Maybe like probably like
he got rejected from politics, so he goes into entertainment.
Like maybe like a second nephew or something. He has like the kind of the features, the facial features that he could be a George Bush.
So what do you think, Eric? It's 2023. There's all that, like you were just talking about Trump's taxes, right?
Yeah.
I know this is a bit of a political show today, but you know, hey,
seems like it.
We did a lot of music last show, so we'll do some political talk today. All this shit, they brought the taxes out. There was nothing there. We've been waiting. How long have we been waiting to see those taxes? To see if he was cohorting with the Russians, if he was, if he owed debt to.
Well, I mean, there was some stuff that was concerning, like the fact that he had foreign bank accounts while he was president, because I think you're not supposed to have that or something. Like he kept those.
Well, if that's against the law, then fucking okay. So that's my point.
Yeah.
This year, 2023, do you think something will happen where Trump might actually get arrested? Because we've been waiting since 2016 for that motherfucker to go down.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to get indicted for something. Whether he's arrested and goes to jail, he's definitely going to be indicted for either the documents, because you know that one guy that's the special counsel guy. He's on top of that shit, man. He's like a freaking bulldog on that shit.
Well, I'm just waiting for it to be something other than just talk, you know? Up until this point, it's all CNN blowing shit up, Fox News.
Because what's going to happen is, like, you know, once those Republicans take over the House, and they're going to start doing their little circus with the Hunter Biden laptop and Fauci fucking destroying America with the fucking
Do you think that's the backdoor deal that they're making with McCarthy?
Oh, yeah.
If we vote for you, you're going to have to do the Biden laptop scandal.
That's what those Republicans are wanting. And even though, like, McCarthy, you know, he probably believes some of that stuff, but I don't think that's where he wants to go with the House as a speaker. I think he just wants a job so damn bad. He's just willing to look stupid trying to get it, you know.
Yeah, he's an ass kisser like the
you know. It's so ironic when they say we care about the economy and the taxpayer. Like that one guy was talking about McCarthy and giving him the blowjob that he was, the verbal blowjob. It's like, well, the irony is like you're actually destroying the tax dollar by freaking holding up this freaking holding up all the stuff, the important issues that need to be addressed, and our tax dollars are paying for this shit for him to sit there and because he can't just step down and just accept somebody else taking the job. We have to pay for that shit.
Yeah, that's exactly. And that's the worst part about it. But we're paying for everything no matter what. I mean, we're paying for fucking Trump's wall. We're paying for.
But I can't afford to support his ass. I got records to buy. And shit.
We can't be flying immigrants to the vice president's house.
I got comic books, action figures, record. I can't be supporting his ass too.
I'm gonna stop paying my taxes.
Matter of fact, I kind of do already stop paying my taxes. I owe I still owe 2 years of back taxes.
I don't know if you want to say how much you owe, but
yeah, just in case they're watching.
Well, you don't know how much you owe because you never do it right.
Yeah, it's under the amount that would make me a criminal, but
okay, well, that's
but it's over the amount that would make me a criminal.
So we're not
either way. I'm a criminal.
Like you on the news story and shit. They're taking Erik out in cuffs from the Gen X brothers.
I mean, I think I could still get across the border. I'm like $20 away from not being able to get across the border.
Well, apparently, Erik, back in the 80s, you knew a little something about going to jail, right? Or like the early, it was the
probably my very first time ever experiencing
When we were kids, we were both fucking hoodlums. If you guys want to know about
but we never
it.
did stuff that would be like going to jail for. You know? Well, maybe
we kind of did, but we
kind of did. Yeah,
we were just in it, like we did
The
it in an innocent way. That
excessive shoplifting, vandalizing the school. Yeah, I guess we could have.
Impersonating the Boy Scouts of America. Remember that one? We used to go around and go to people's houses, and we didn't even wear a goddamn uniform, right? We weren't even wearing a uniform.
Oh yeah.
And we would knock on people's door and say, "Yeah, we're collecting donations for the Boy Scouts
Oh yeah.
of America."
Shysters, man.
Yeah, it's good times, man.
We were born scammers. We were
Right,
doing that shit way before the Nigerians.
Yeah, exactly. We were the OG Nigerians, man.
Yeah. We were Nigerian white.
Yeah. If there was a computer back then, man, we would have been hacking like a motherfucker, man.
We were white Jerians.
Yeah. So apparently, Eric, you did some shit, man. You took it too far. You took it. You went beyond the Boy Scouts. You went beyond stealing people's aluminum cans to get some chickens. We stole chickens. We've done it all.
Yeah.
What happened here? Because the heist of the century, right? It was like what's
that
like, movie called? Ocean's 11.
Well, we just so there's a music store in Merced. I don't know if I should say the name of the music store. Or
who gives a shit?
Dorothy's Music, and anyone listening, like, it was a very respected.
You paid your crime, right? You paid for your time.
Yeah, I've shopped there and everything, but so I was hanging out with these guys, these friends. You remember Adun?
I do.
Yeah, Dune. So it was him. And I don't want to say the other two guys' names, but I'm gonna say just Barry and Johnny or whatever. Like
just say me and three guys.
Yeah, they were
behind the Dorothy's music.
We're hanging out, and one night we just had it was one guy because he was kind of like a career criminal at like 16. He was always burglarizing things. That he would go to juvenile hall and get out and go burglarize some more. Like he was actually like a pro supposedly.
Well, obviously not much of a pro if he's always getting caught.
Yeah. So his idea was to rob Dorothy's music and just get music equipment and guitars and amps and things like that. Which, but he told us he went into the store to case it out, and he said there's no cameras. He said it'd be an easy thing. Now I wasn't going to do anything. I wasn't going to be a part of it. But they needed a driver. They needed somebody to drive him there because I was the only one that had a license.
You're the only legit.
Yeah. But I also didn't have my car because I forgot what happened to the car at the time. I think it might have been out of gas or might have been just broke down or whatever. So Bobby, we're at his house and we're plotting it. It was me, Adun, Bobby, and this other guy, Johnny, whatever his name is. So we're plotting it out, and Bobby's like, "Yeah, we could use my dad's truck. You could drive your dad's, as long as you get it back in the morning before he has to go to work." Oh, and then we had our singer. Like we had just got a new singer, as Willow was, that little Filipino guy named Screamer. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Yeah. So and he was a really peculiar, weird guy. Like he was like an incel, but he was obsessed with like women, and because women wouldn't give him the time of day, like he actually would try to rape them. And
now, what does that have to do with music, Eric?
So I'm just kind of giving a little bit of background about this guy, because he was in on it. So anyway,
a serial robist, a serial rapist, a guy with a dad with a truck, and you.
Yeah, Pete would be weird. Here's how Pete would be. Like we'd be going to rehearsal, I'd be driving. He'd be like, and it'd be like at nighttime, and just out of the blue, he'd be like, "See that woman right there? Just let me out of the car. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, dude, I'm not letting you out of my fucking car. I'm not gonna be part of you fucking raping some chick."
But wait, here's the funny part. You still kept him in the band, Eric.
No, he ended up really, like, obviously this whole incident was reason, and we were gonna kick him out anyway, but he was just
Oh wait, so my point is okay. So you have all these guys, right? You have the serial robist.
Yeah.
You have a guy who obviously doesn't care about women's needs, but for some reason they needed you that had a driver's license. Why do you need a driver's license?
Well, I was a getaway car.
One of them, I know, but I'm just saying, like, they could have. Any one of them could have drove as well too. Like,
no, I mean, I don't think they even knew. I think I was the only one that, not only just a driver's license, I think I was the only one that knew how to drive.
Oh, okay.
So,
you knew how to drive.
So.
Okay. The rest of them couldn't press on the gas.
Probably, I don't know. Maybe they could, but I was because I'm there, and my dumbass probably said, "I'll be the driver,"
And you're like the slowest driver out of all of them. But by the way, you were a slow driver.
Maybe, maybe. No, I think I'd always drove perfectly. I never had one speeding ticket because I don't drive. Because I don't drive fast.
You were driving like an old lady and shit all the time.
Yeah, I used to drive drunk and never got even a DUI. But somehow I escaped that. The only time I ever got pulled over was for goofing around in the road playing Star Wars late at night, and the cop pulled me over and he gave me the field sobriety test and everything, and he saw that I wasn't drunk, and he said, "Just learn how to drive, man." I told him I was just bored. There was only no cars on the road. I was playing Star Wars with the paint strips and the yeah. So anyway, I was beating out. So anyway, so let's get back. Okay. So we're plotting and planning, and we planned the night that we're gonna do it. I go and I go over to Bobby's house. I get the truck. They're all in it. Freaking Pete comes over and he's all freaking painted up like like he's in a movie. He's got the black hat. He's got the black shirt, black pants, right and he's got like camouflage stuff on his face and everything. Right. So anyway, so Johnny's plan was he said he supposedly checked out the music store and said that there's no cameras. He said that he was going to go into the roof, and that's how they were going to get it. So they're going to go up to the roof, and then they're going to...
So Mission Impossible shit.
Yeah, they're going to climb down into the store and drop him down into the store, and then they're going to load up the car, or the truck is what it was, and we're going to just all take off, right? Okay. So on the way there, like, Pete's like, just think about it, man, we're going to get a PA. We'll be able to, like, play all these gigs and stuff. Like, I'm just dreaming, like, if, like, if you... when you buy a lottery ticket, what are you gonna do with the money? Yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, and I'm not even thinking about the fact that, like, well, this is a music store that I respect and that I like, because I shop there. I'm not even thinking about that, I'm just me. It was all about the game and like the adrenaline and stuff like that. Yeah,
it was kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah, being a part of this and
you were, I just 17 at the time.
Yeah, I was 17, and I'm trusting this guy that he knew what he was doing. That he cased the joint. That there's no cameras. It's going to be an easy, quick cash and smash and grab or whatever, So we pull up, whatever. It's it's like 2 a.m. They get out, and I go in the parking lot, and I'm waiting about maybe not even 15 minutes, and I can see Johnny up there on the roof. They got up there, and I don't know who else was up there, but so apparently so whatever happened after that, I'm sure he jumped down and there's alarms probably went off because I'm sitting there looking, I see all these fucking cop cars fucking swarming over there
within like seconds.
Probably was within.
Wait, where were you parked at? Wait,
at least a few. I was in the parking lot. There's like a big parking lot in the back area.
But you weren't backed up to the entrance of the. Then how the fuck are you gonna get all the?
Here's what happened. I wasn't parked, so I was driving around. I was kind of giving them time to get up there, and then I was just kind of driving around the block so it doesn't look suspicious.
Gotcha.
So my second time around the block, that's when I started seeing the cops pulling over.
Okay, so as soon as they came out with the equipment, then you would pull up and they would.
Yeah, and then we just So I just wanted to stay parked because I didn't want to look suspicious being the only car in the parking lot.
Yeah, because it's 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, but I did see Johnny up there on the roof, and I saw, okay, he's in. So I'm driving around, and the second time I was around the block or whatever, because it's Main Street, Merced, it's kind of a small area.
Yeah.
Then boom, that's where I saw the cops, and I just take off home, leave them straight.
Well, yeah, if you see cops, you take off. I mean,
because my first thought is this: I got this dude's dad's truck, man. It's got to be home by a certain time. It's like I have 3 hours to get
this. I would help you out, but I got to get the truck home.
Yeah. So I fucking so I drive it and I get home. I get to Bobby's house. I park the car in his dad's driveway, or whatever, and then I walk home because Mommy's house was just like not even like 3 or 4 blocks from there. Because he was over by Schaefer's school, and then like where he lived, or over kind of where Palmero lived.
That little house across the street from the 7-Eleven, right? That's where you were living with Mommy.
Yeah, it wasn't something at the shortstop or whatever.
Shortstop, yeah.
Yeah, but the one that your aunt used to own, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm taking off, and I park the car and I get home, and I'm thinking everything's fine. But I'm just still wondering, like, shit, man, they're probably fucking busted or whatever. I go over to Mark Duran's house the next day, hanging out, and I'm with this girl, or whatever, that I met and was kind of trying to hook up with her or whatever. Yeah, we go to the gas station. Oh yeah, so Bobby, the one that let me use his dad's truck, he didn't go with us actually. So it was just me, Johnny, and Screamer. So Bobby stayed at home. He was smart enough not to go.
He just lent the truck.
He just lent the truck out. Yeah. So that's what I remember now, because he was the one that, like, the next day when I'm hanging out with this girl. I forgot how obviously we didn't have cell phones then. So I think I went over to Mark's house, and then Mark said, like, yeah, Bobby's on the phone. So I'm talking. So like, hey, what's up? He's like, yeah, man, I hear the cops were at your mom's house or whatever. So I don't know how he knew, or like what the hell, like how that happened, that he knew that the cops were at my mom's house. But he said it was my mom that called because she had Mark's number, and she said, Erik, the police are here. Like, I don't know why they're here. I think that's what happened. I don't know that part of that. All I knew is I knew I was freaking dead. I dropped that.
So who ratted you out? Because did they have they couldn't have had your license plate or anything?
No. They obviously knew my name. I think Johnny knew my full name and stuff. And
yeah, so they ratted you out. Like,
Yeah.
So in other words, they got caught, and those fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, that's basically what the detective said. Like they folded is what he said. Like he said they grilled him for a while.
You didn't do anything wrong. You were
Well,
just
they asked,
around.
yeah. Well, they asked him, well, how did you get there? What was the plan? And, obviously you weren't going to take all that equipment by hand or by foot. So, who was the getaway car? I would imagine.
Okay.
Yeah. So and they
fucking folded, right?
Like, yeah, they just said my name, I guess, and yeah, I'm just trying to remember. Like I'm trying to remember, like who the hell? How did I find out? I just remember like mommy said, yeah, the police were here, and so they came back, right? So then I'm in the living room, and there's two detectives. Your typical look at the mustache and the suit and everything. Total
dickhead, fucking
yeah. And he's just telling me like, he's like, you're gonna go away for 25 years, and this is a felony.
Come on.
For you're part of a robbery. Like nothing was stolen because they caught him before anything was even stolen. So it was just basically just a break-in. So yeah. So then that happened, and so then what he told me is like, okay, so he said you're gonna put you on house arrest. And
wait, so did they actually take you down to the?
No, they didn't even take me to the station or nothing. That's what's kind of weird. Like they didn't take me to the station or anything. Just
like they didn't book you. You didn't see
a
judge or anything.
They just said you're going to be on house arrest. We're going to be in touch with you, but you're going to be on house arrest until further notice. And when he said house arrest, he said he was making it sound like you cannot go out of the house. You can't, if you step 1 foot out of the house, then you're going straight to jail. He's like, as if and he said, he made it sound like they're going to be watching me all this time, right? So for like a month,
fucking people who you pay like tax dollars are paying like $20 an hour to some cop to sit outside your house of some guy who just drove a getaway car while people are getting murdered and shit.
And that's what, now that I think about it, like, why didn't I go to the station and get arrested, like actually with handcuffs on?
You get a mug shot. And,
like these guys were just totally freaking like, and I think that's probably why, which I'll get to the end part. So they told me I have to stay in the house, I can't go anywhere, and they'll be in contact as far as when I go to court and all that stuff like that. Well, it was around August is when this happened. Probably I was going to be turning 18 in September 12th, or it might have been the end of July. So I stayed in that house. I stayed in that little back room. I did not go to take out the garbage. And like, mommy, take out the garbage.
Take out the garbage.
I didn't even take out the freaking garbage. I stayed in that room. But it's the best thing that ever happened because I freaking practiced guitar. I fucking wrote some songs. When I went back to rehearse with the band after a while, like I had some new songs and.
Solitary confinement.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening to just like my albums at the time with like Bathory and all this stuff that Palmero was turning me on to. So that was a good time. But
did anyone come over to visit you or?
A couple times, like maybe Paul.
You still had the phone, right? You could
because matter of fact, Paul was the only one that would come over because I was giving him guitar lessons, and that's basically what I would use my time for. Just like, hey, come on over, I'll teach you some guitar, so, so that was basically like jail for me, I guess, in a sense. So then I go to court and I guess I get a public defender or whatever. And they say like, yeah, they dragged it out because they want to try you as an adult. That's the reason why had to stay confined for so long.
Well, how can they try you as an adult if it happened when you were 17?
Yeah. So here's,
that makes no sense.
Yeah. So then they drag it out. And so, and the funny thing was like, mommy was there in the courthouse and everything.
Really? She actually went to the courthouse?
Yeah, she had to, because they I guess they had to have her there or something. I forgot why, but because it had something to do with like me being on house arrest for so long, and I guess they needed proof that I stayed in.
She had to testify and say that you were there.
That I was there. So when I told the judge that what the cops told me, that I couldn't go outside, I couldn't do nothing, that they were watching me, and that I would go straight to jail if I stepped 1 foot outside. And he told me, he's like, well, you could have actually left. You just had to be back at a certain time. House arrest doesn't mean
rules or anything.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't explain anything.
Because these detectives, they're just being assholes, man. They're just they were just giving me the fucking fear of God and shit,
Cops
and so the judge said, like, well, since you and that's what he turned to mommy and said, did he actually stay in the house the whole time? So yeah, he didn't go nowhere. He just stayed in that room for a whole month and a half. And he's all, okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to consider that time served, and I'm just going to give you a week in juvenile hall. So I could have went to jail, but because I had just turned 18, he still gave me juvenile hall. Yeah.
But that still doesn't make any sense to me. Okay,
yeah.
the point of being a minor when you commit a crime, you can't just all of a sudden, well, let me wait 3 years till you're 23 or
Sometimes they
25.
could, yeah. Well, they can, and they usually do that if like it's a murder or something, but not like a.
Yeah, not like a fucking getaway car. So it's like such a dumb thing to get.
Yeah.
And like I said, you weren't even arrested. Like, how was there any record that you even existed? Did they take your ID? Did they,
Yeah,
it's a weird thing. Like,
yeah, it was a weird situation, but but the judge just gave me that 1 week in juvenile hall. Like I thought I was scared. I thought I was going to go away for like a long time, and I really don't have a recollection of what was going on at the trial, like if those guys were there or anything. But
you were just dazed, right?
But I know they went away for a while. I know they're the ones that actually got the bigger sins, like especially Pete, because he would write me letters from jail and all kinds of crazy shit that he was writing. But we ended up kicking him out of the band anyway. We were going to kick him out anyway. We just kept.
That guy
we just
needed
didn't
to be in jail at that
Yeah,
point.
we just didn't know how to tell him because he was such a psycho. Like I had to convince Tony to have him as our singers. Like, yeah, we'll be like Loudness. We'll have an Asian singer or whatever.
Erik being all racist. He's Filipino. He's not even Japanese.
Yeah, right.
It's a completely
But
different.
Tony's like, yeah, but his image sucks, man. He's like, he doesn't have long hair, and it's like, we had to put makeup on him and shit. And he's a weirdo. But yeah, so I got the week in juvenile hall. And here's the funny thing: I ended up juvenile hall. I ended up in the same cell as a guy that used to bully me in high school. But the cool thing is, we ended up being friends. Like we played cards and became friends. And
because when you're in the pen, everybody's friends, man. That's
Yeah,
the way it goes.
so yeah, so it was Atwater. I remember that time we got into trouble with those railroad ties. The judge was pretty cool with me on that. But that'll be another story another time with the whole railroad ties thing with me and George and Tony. That was my first time actually in jail.
Damn.
And could have actually went away for a long time in federal prison. But here's another thing. I don't know why or how I wasn't kind of pointed out or named. I don't even know if they even knew I was part of the whole thing, Dorothy's music. Because a year later, Will-O-Wisp played the first battle of the bands, and we won first place at the same music store that I was trying to rob.
I don't think, Dorothy's music probably had no idea they were even. They probably just heard somebody broke in, and that was it. And then
and Dorothy was the older lady. She kind of always looked kind of mean, but she was nice, but she always had that kind of a mean look on her face every time.
To me, it just shows how like a small town like Atwater, where we grew up, how like if you're smart enough, you could have probably gotten away with a lot of shit because the cops there are so stupid. Right?
Yeah.
Because the fact that they just went in there and just yelled at you and told you to stay at home. I mean, if you were a real criminal like that other guy that was obviously a fucking career robber, he would have been okay. I'm leaving the fucking house, man. I don't give a shit. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and he just reached out to me on Facebook a few months ago. That guy, I was like, "Wow, where you been, man? Hey, remember the music store?" He's like, "Man," he's like, he was shocked to see like how what I've been doing these days and stuff.
Now, this is in no way a sponsorship of Dorothy's music. We're not getting paid to.
Yeah, I wonder if they're even still
We're not
around. Do you
getting
think?
free instruments?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know she passed away like a long time ago, but
was
so
there
we won the
actually a
first.
Dorothy?
Yeah, we won the first battle of the bands and we lost the second one, but
Damn, Will-O-Wisp was on fire, ripping them off and taking the trophy at the same time. Damn, that's the way it works.
Yeah,
rob the
and becoming friends with a bully, like So there was like some positive aspects of that, but we didn't get no free equipment like we thought. We thought we were gonna get. I was like saying, I'm gonna get a Les Paul, a freaking Jackson, like I'm gonna get the Jakey
because
Lee
I
guitar.
can't see you guys even fucking hauling it out of there fast enough.
Yeah, like
it was the dumbest thing.
It's like that show, The World's Dumbest Criminals. Like that was definitely
dropping. If they did have video cameras, that'd be some funny shit. Him dropping into the fucking from the roof and stuff. And
like, even after the whole incident, like about a year or two later, I would always go into Dorothy's and I'd be like looking to see if they do have cameras. They had cameras. They had one by like when you go in the door, there's like one at the bottom part where they scan your legs or whatever as you're walking in. Like,
but I mean, back then cameras weren't that big of it. Like it was the '80s, so they didn't have like it was fucking VHS for Christ's sakes. I mean, come on, they couldn't have been.
I like to think that this happened around '87. I graduated '86. I was just turning. Yeah, it's probably about '86.
After you graduate, because I had already moved away. To my dad's. You were on your own after that.
Yeah, so I was like 17, going on 18. Yeah.
On the road to being a criminal. And
we had a lot of crazy stories, man. Just the whole Mark Duran parties and all the people that we would hang around. There was some crazy shit that went down. I have some more stories for another show. Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking Gen X are going to jail, just like the rest of them.
Stuff we
Woo,
just
but
wish it was on video, man. I wish we would have videotaped most of
that'd have
this
been.
shit.
I just hate the fact that they ratted you out. Like that's like there
Yeah,
was
that's
no reason to say anything. All you would have had to like. It's not like they were going to get less jail time or
yeah,
anything. You know, they didn't make no deal. They could have just said, "Oh, well, you know, we were just
yeah.
going to call somebody and have him pick us up." He had no idea what he
And
was
what I'm
doing.
wondering,
You
like,
know,
because they knew me, like, Pete, obviously knew her, but I don't know if they ever knew my last name. I just wonder, like, I just can't remember, like, how they were able to pinpoint me as being part of it.
it
Because I don't
probably
think
wouldn't be
even
that hard to describe
because I
what you
barely
look
knew
like. I
the
mean,
yeah, I
yeah, but
barely
you
knew
were
the
like
main guy. I just met
you
him
were
like
the
not
only
too.
freak in all. You and a few other people were the only like freaks in all of Atwater. So it
Yeah,
wouldn't have been hard to say, yeah, a dude with like blonde thing, you know,
yeah,
blonde, look up
black
your
hair with
yearbook picture and shit, and
yeah,
I doubt it was that hard to track you down with the first name, Eric.
yeah, maybe.
But the fact that they said anything was a dick move, you know. It's like keep your fucking mouth shut, dude. What the
Yeah,
fuck's wrong
yeah,
with you?
yeah, fucking rats, dirty rats.
I mean, if you're gonna be a criminal, I mean, don't rat people out. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
that's just fucked up. But speaking of music, since you robbed Dorothy's music,
Oh yeah.
it's 2023. What are you
Yeah.
expecting from music this year, Eric? Is there anything coming out that?
I did pre-order like a new album. I can't remember what it is. It's coming in January this month.
Well, that's Alzheimer's kicking it in. So
Yeah, right. So
you're just gonna get
and
like
I was thinking
40
about it today.
albums.
So I need to go on I need to Google albums that are going to be released in 2023. There's a Wikipedia page, and it's going to tell me all the bands that have albums in the works. I know what I'm really anticipating, and it better happen because it was supposed to happen at the end of 2022. Is a brand new King Diamond album and even Merciful Fate.
Well, that makes sense because he was on tour last year and he
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
playing a bunch
So I
of new
know,
music
and I know for a
earlier
fact we'll
this
get a
year.
Merciful Fate album, a new one, and it was about 5 months ago. He was supposed to put out it's been like since 2009, I want to say, when the last King Diamond album came out.
Just
Give
getting
Me Your
lazy.
Soul. Yeah,
Get lazy, King Diamond.
yeah. And
Get
so
off
then
your
he put out
shit.
a single like 2 years ago, like or 2019. He put out a single that's supposed to be on a new album that I forgot what it's called. The Masquerade of Madness, or it's supposed to be about. Oh, the Institute is what it's supposed to. The album's supposed to be called the Institute. So it's basically like it's about a crazy place or whatever, like a psycho hospital.
So do people do bands? Because again, you're more in tune with music than I am because
Uh-huh.
I don't really give a shit. But do bands actually announce these days? Do they actually announce, say, "Hey, we're coming out with an album"?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
just drop it and go.
They
Fuck it, let's
typically.
just see what
Well,
happens.
what's weird about what bands do now, like they'll have an album that's going to come out, but then they'll drop like 2 or 3 singles within like about 4 or 5 months before the actual release. So it's like you'll hear
Trying to
like
do the pop route,
yeah, and it's
the
just
Spotify.
but they do it in like but by the time the record comes out, you already heard most of the record because they keep dropping new singles. So by the time that's what Queensrÿche did that, or Queensrÿche had a new video almost every a couple months, before the album actually came out.
I think at this point they just know that if you're going to buy the album, it's because you're a fan.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're just going to
especially when it comes to
you're not going to give a shit.
Yeah, especially that's what they got to cater to because they're mostly going to make their money on the tour and the merchandise and things like that, and they do the vinyl just because everyone still loves vinyl and cassettes and CDs, but and they don't make shit on streaming. So, but yeah, so King Diamond, the Institute, I'm hoping that's going to be this year because I remember like it was about 4 months ago. He said that the album's almost done, but then he just posted something about I'm working on the lyrics, and he just like posted a bunch of like weird posty notes of how he
Wait,
writes.
It's almost done, and he's just now working on the fucking
Yeah,
lyrics?
so I'm like, man, that shit ain't
What's
gonna be
wrong
out.
with him?
Yeah, I'm like, that thing ain't gonna be done this year.
Jesus Christ.
The fact that he's torn, he's torn with Merciful Fate. So yeah, but
should I use the word hell
Yeah.
or the domain of
yeah,
darkness?
yeah. But that was cool what he did though. Like like his wife and on Twitch, they have the Twitch channel, and like his wife and the chick that plays the grandma on stage. Yeah, they would film every show that was like the Merciful Fate show, and they would live stream it and do backstage stuff. And so you got to see King Diamond with his son, and which is named Baron, like his little king. I guess he's a prince. Prince Diamond, they're gonna call him because he's gonna be the prince. Yeah.
That kid's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, he does. He looks like
Actually,
he
he's
kind of
probably
like.
gonna be a pretty well-rounded kid.
Yeah, he looks like a really well-rounded kid, but he does look a little psychotic. Like you can tell he's gonna like when it because you see King Diamond is making he's playing with his son, like like especially during Father's Day when that was going on.
He's gonna be a little Glenn Danzig.
Yeah,
he's gonna be like.
But his wife is super cool because she'd film and she'd talk to all the fans, and then with the Twitch you can actually like live stream because they live stream, so you could do the chat and interact with them that way, and it was cool. Like King Diamond would come up and say, "Hey everybody," like, "Hey."
Yeah.
King.
I mean, yeah, you gotta roll with the time. So
yeah.
So in 2023, you're expecting just one album from King Diamond.
So far, King Diamond and Merciful Fate. Hoping some of the black metal bands that I like Karak Angren, Asagram, the female black metal band. So if you're
expecting new albums, let's not forget about 2022. Because listen, on our last show, if you guys didn't catch it, Erik did his infamous top 20 albums of 2022. He does it every year. It's the best albums that came out that year. Some metal, some all different genres of music.
And I forgot already what was what, except for number one was Ghost.
If you guys want to know, you better don't spoil it. They got to go back and listen to the show, Erik. You're not supposed to give it away. Shit, motherfucker.
Well, okay, it was neck to neck between those two. We don't know who won.
It was my understanding, because of the last show, I mean, there was a lot of rage around the water coolers in the telemarketing places. Everybody was talking about it, right? It was it was a pretty big deal. So apparently, because of that, we are going to do the top 10 black metal albums of 2022.
Yeah,
because Erik was not able to cover most of.
Yeah, I was able to get some of the black metal albums went into my top 20, but I didn't want to have the. Like I said, I like all different types of metal and rock and stuff like that. And I didn't want it to be just all black metal.
Yeah. So
some of those black metal bands,
gonna be all black. So
some of those black metal bands just can't compete to my classic bands that I love. As much as they're great, they're not going to compete against Queensryche or Stryper or freaking Ozzy and stuff like that. No matter what.
I think like that, it's a different mood.
And it's all about the different
mood to understand. It's same thing with country music or classical music or anything. It's like.
Plus, I'm an old timer. I got to keep my old music. I got to keep it all. My old classic rock. Hey, it's funny.
The point is that this is all black metal.
Yeah.
So if you're not into black metal, then fucking turn this show off right now, motherfucker.
Is it weird? Music from the 2000s is considered classic rock now.
Really?
Think about that.
It was considered alternative.
Yeah, but if we think about classic,
What's classic? 20 years or older?
I would think, because remember in the 80s, 70s, and the 60s was considered classic rock. So now. So then I can't think of bands in the 2000s as being classic rock.
So then what is the music from there? What's the music from?
I don't know, shit bands probably.
The bands from the 20s is fucking ancient history. Jesus days.
What's your favorite bands out there if you're watching this? What's your favorite bands of the 2000s?
Yeah, we are live streaming on YouTube. So if you guys have some questions for us and put it in the chat, we'll try to answer it.
Yeah.
Or we'll ignore the fuck out of you. Who knows what the hell?
Yeah, this is our first live stream, so we don't know what's happening. We just kind of did this on the fly.
We're a fucking bunch of old Gen Xers that don't know shit about technology.
So. That what the kids say still? We did this on the fly.
Yeah, we did this on the Hornet. We did it
on
the Wasp.
Top 10 black metal records. And this is all based on what I have in my collection, because there's so much shit out there that I don't have yet. A couple of them that I kind of couple bands I just.
Do you think that the black metal genre is oversaturated now? Do you think it's just too everybody's trying? I don't know. Is it?
It's definitely grown. It's getting obviously it's branched out a bunch of different genres of black metal, like suicide black metal.
Really?
All these different names. It's just fucking black metal is black metal, man.
Toenail black metal, fucking.
Yeah, they always gotta just because one band does one little thing different, like maybe adds a mandolin in it or something. Yeah. Oh, mandolin black metal or folk black metal.
Jesus Christ!
But I was fucking around with some bluegrass style music, and I was like, shit, I should do bluegrass black metal, but call it blackgrass metal, because it did sound kind of cool. I was I was doing a finger pick, and I was going like that over top of it, and, but with distortion. Cool. So I'm gonna work on it. So everyone know that you cannot steal my idea, because right here it's copyrighted because it's recorded.
What?
Blackgrass metal will be a genre. In the next year or so.
Black glass metal?
Instead of bluegrass, it's going to be black metal mixed with bluegrass, so it's going to be blackgrass metal.
Okay. Well, what about purple grass? Because it's black and blue mixed
together. But that has nothing to do with bluegrass music.
Oh, okay.
So bluegrass music mixed with black metal is going to be blackgrass metal.
There is no blues black metal, right?
There probably
let's say a mix of Jimi Hendrix, but with I mean, I guess you could put black metal
sometimes
screaming vocals over anything.
So a bath sometimes goes into that area, like he'll do a guitar solo, and it's kind of a bluesy guitar solo over the black metal sound, and
because Opeth is considered more progressive, right?
Yeah, they're progressive,
prog, type of style.
Yeah, they're prog metal pretty much,
but they started out as a black metal, I guess.
Probably.
I don't know the fucking genres, man. I don't give a shit.
Me either. Just put it on. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, fuck it, man. We
So
went to the
if
next.
any of these albums are not black metal, fucking Eric's going to hell.
Some of them
Actually, he's
probably
going to heaven immediately. He's not going to hell. He's going to heaven.
Yeah.
So what do we got, Eric? Number 10. Let's
Number
jump into
10.
this
I
shit.
wanted this album to be in my top 20, but it did not make it, and
That's fucked up. You left it out, man.
Yeah, it's a Bath, Dread Reaver.
Woo.
I love this guy, man. He's a fucking maniac in interviews. He's a fucking alcoholic like I used to be. You know, he's a fucking. He said he went to rehab, but now he's drinking. He said he only drinks now. Like he's not going to drink anymore on stage. Like he's not going to drink.
Okay.
Like I'm thinking like I tried to make that same promise, man. It never works out.
That's his rehab.
Yeah.
Until he starts smashing shit on stage.
I don't know if you saw that video like a couple years ago when he was in Argentina and he just that total disastrous show where he's just wasted and he jumps in the crowd and he's freaking like the show gets canceled. Everyone's freaking riding in the streets.
Now there was a show like that with you, Eric. I don't know if
Yeah,
you remember. It was was it the Diamond Bar in Riverside?
That's why when I saw a Bath do that, I was like, wow, I could relate.
Yeah, because I remember this one time we were playing as Will-O-Wisp and you fucking were drunk as shit. And there were maybe like 20 people because it was some fucking dive bar. Nobody gave a shit about. We were just playing the show to get it was like when we played a show like that, it was like free practice to us.
Yeah.
So you you jumped off the stage and screamed into this girl's face and shit.
Yeah.
You were just like, yeah, fucking, we were like, me and Tony were looking at each other like, oh shit, man, Eric's fucking adamant. So you were doing all this crazy shit, right? But that was, whatever. That was what you did.
Yeah.
The funny part is after the show, you came up to us and said, man, that was the best fucking, I had the best energy ever. That was the best fucking show I ever played. And I was like, really? That was
fucking Madison Square Gardens, man.
That was the word. And you couldn't, it was a nightmare, but it was just funny how drunk talk, how drunkenness affects you. And you think you're a god and shit. And you're like,
yeah, man. You're on top of the world, especially mix a little bit of cocaine in there or something, shit. Top of the fucking world. But the reason why a Bath Dread Reaver didn't make my top 20 and the reason why it's number 10, I had to put it in somewhere. The production, man, I was just really let down by the production of it. It's just like I think he must have been drinking in
production.
Yeah, because his albums are usually really good sounding production wise, especially the one before this one. But this one is like the songs are good, but it's just hard to really listen to. Now Bath, the godfather of black metal. He can get away with bad production because that's just how he recorded. Whereas a Bath, I think he must have been drinking when he was fucking making that shit.
They got the producers were like, we can't put up with your shit anymore. Record it yourself, motherfucker.
Yeah, but he does a cool cover of Metallica's "Trapped Under Ice" from the Ride the Lightning album. Like that's the best thing on the album. He actually did that really good.
Nice.
And he's got a cool he's got a cover band where he does Motorhead covers and he wears the mustache like Lemmy, and it's called.
Wait a minute, he wears the. Was he?
Well, he grows it like.
Oh, he grows it. Okay.
Yeah, he grows it out, and he kind of looks like a Lemmy a little bit. And he does the Rickenbacker bass and everything, and yeah.
He's like, I always got a backup plan if I need.
And he sings like Lemmy too. Like he does. Yeah, he does a really good version of Lemmy the way he sings. But I love a Bath, man, and I'm hoping that the next album is gonna be way better. So that was my number 10.
All right, so let's go on. Where's number 9? Number
9, I don't have it like a physical because I just discovered this band a couple months ago. So I just streamed their shit. They're called Carry On Bloom. They're from Oakland. Carry On Bloom.
We betrayed you by streaming it rather than buying your physical.
No, but I did order it on Bandcamp. I'm just taking. Yeah, they're from Oakland, California.
Oakland, wow.
They're black metal punk, I guess is what they call it. The album's called Sacraments of Pestilence, and it's just fuck, man. They don't really have like the full black metal image, but it's black metal, it's doom. It's just got like a lot of it's just dark, and it makes you really feel like you're like out in the freaking wilderness somewhere,
Yeah, so it's more ambient type of style. Or?
Yeah, definitely, and just really ambient, just raw. Like that's the one thing. When the guitars kick in, it's just and then his vocals. It's just fucking raw, and I love that raw, like in your face sound.
Because that's one thing we know that they have in Oakland, California, is fucking ambient forests and shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, more
if
like
you've
freaking.
Ever been to Oakland? It's
more like
ghetto.
a gang hood and shit.
They must have been dreaming when they were. Man, we hate this fucking ghetto, man. Let's just dream up a whole new place. We're in the Carpathian Mountains.
Let's go to MacArthur Park where the fucking trees are fucking toilet papered up and shit.
Where crack originated and
shit.
Fucking A, man. That's funny. Carrion Bloom, number 9.
Number 9, Carrion Bloom. Dark Funeral is number 8. Dark Funeral is We Are the Apocalypse. This is a good album. It's it won't rank higher just because it's just kind of it's your typical black metal, but it's good.
They always kind of sound the same, right?
Yeah,
Like
they always
the
kind of sound the
kind
same. I
of
was
like,
never like a huge fan of their music. We opened up for them at that was like the last show I ever played with Will O Wisp was at the Key Club with Dark Funeral, and almost got in a fight with their road crew in the parking lot just because Tony almost got the show shut down because some girl cut her hand on the garbage can and some kid or whatever. The mom's fucking came down there, was trying to get the show shut down, and it was before Dark Funeral went on, so they weren't too happy about us.
We're always causing shit, man.
Yeah.
Whenever we go on before like a big headlining act, because we've opened up for many big headliners over the years, and every fucking time we did something to piss them off or delay the show.
Except for Mayhem. Mayhem was always nice to us and cool with us, but
that's true, yeah.
Yeah. But as far as like maybe Electric Hellfire Club probably had an issue with us, Christian Death.
There was always something, man.
Yeah, so they wanted to fight us in the parking lot, the road crew, because I was mouthing off at him too. Like it was a little midget guy. He was like, what's the word? The term midget, dwarf, little people. Yeah, he was coming at us pretty hard, and I forgot what happened. I think Ibex did something. I just remember like Ibex did something. I think he pushed one of the guys or threw something or threw some his beer at him or something. We just had to take off running, and we left our freaking car and our equipment in the parking lot.
Really?
Yeah, so we took off running, just stayed freaking over by the whiskey for a while until he probably went on stage or whatever, and then we just went and got in our car and left, and then we owed money that night from the tickets that we didn't sell.
So you're lucky you're at number 8, motherfucking Dark Funeral, man, with your road crew and shit.
Good album visually. Visually they got a cool image. I mean,
I think that's what I love most about them is basically their logo.
The logo, the artwork. Awesome. I mean, it's the kind of album that I just need to listen to more. Just kind of. A lot of these bands, like, with this kind of music, in order to really get into them, you just want to you put it on. You just got to have nothing else to do for the day, nothing on your mind, and read the lyrics along with it, and then you'll get into more. The number, what was that number?
That was number 8. Now let's go to number 7.
Number 7 is another dark band. This was in my honorable mentions. Dark Funeral or Dark Throne.
You go from a Dark Funeral to a Dark Throne.
Yeah, Dark Throne. Dark Throne. Yeah. Astro Fortress. It definitely made my black metal list, and it made my honorable mentions in the top 20 because it's still new to me, but it's a great album. It's only got like freaking 6 songs on it. But it's definitely one of those albums that takes you away. You put it on, and you're in the city. You're in Portland. You got Trader Joe's, all the freaking normies running around, fucking listen to their fucking Celine Dion and shit, and you put on fucking Dark Throne, and you're just all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're in Norway, and you're like, holy fuck, man, where the fuck am I right now? So Dark Throne,
number 7.
Astro Fortress.
I don't know if it was Dark Throne or Dark Funeral, but I do remember at the Whiskey A Go Go, right? It was their first time playing in America.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at the show because I got invited. I was watching. I was up in the balcony at the Whiskey, and they're fucking. I'm pretty sure it was Dark Funeral, but they were fucking black metal as shit, and they're fucking rah, rah, rah. But they kept having guitar problems, right? The guitar kept breaking down, and they were kind of looking around, and every song they'd be going, "This is the next song."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, man, these guys are fucking bad as shit." And then all of a sudden, the guitar just totally went out. The amp blew or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? And the guy comes up to the mic, and you're thinking he's fucking pissed because they can't play the show anymore. They got to fucking cancel, right? And you're looking at him, you're like, fuck, man, this dude's pissed. And he goes, sorry, dudes, show's over.
Oh, yeah.
I swear it was just like that. He's all, sorry, dudes, show's over. We can't go on anymore. What? And I was like, what the fuck? This is Mr. Black Metal fucking evil as shit. And he was like
the Wizard of Oz and shit. He pulled back the curtain and
I swear, I was laughing my ass off when I heard it. I was the only one laughing. I was in the balcony with complete silence, and I was fucking busted up laughing when he said, sorry, dudes, show's over.
Damn.
Black metal, man.
That's funny.
All right, number 6, Eric.
Oh, I was going to say something about the. I want to say something about the Dark Throne album cover.
Dark Throne, yeah. Look
at that, man. It's like ice skating and shit, man. That's not black metal, dude.
I think that's an AI image. I don't think they really took that image.
I know,
think
but
they
still.
just put in black metal on ice.
Astro Fortress, but what's it supposed to represent? Like, is it supposed to be like Christmas time or something in Norway? And
yeah, it looks like he's wearing a parka.
Yeah, and he's got he's got ice skates, or is it Satan likes to ice skate or what? Yeah, that's very questionable album cover, Dark Throne, whatever you're trying
Yeah,
to
you
say
can do
there.
better, god damn
Yeah.
it. Do better.
Astral Fortress. What does that mean?
Obviously, you didn't do as good as number 6. Who's number 6, Erik?
Oh,
'Cause
number
they
6
obviously did
is.
better.
Oh, so I don't have their album cover with me. I can't find my damn CD with these guys, but I love this CD. It's called, the band is called Suresh, and they're from Italy.
Nice.
They're an Italian black metal band, and
No such thing. They got to be from Norway or it's not black
yeah,
metal.
the album is called Molon Labe, Molon Labe, Labe. So it's probably some Italian word. Look them up, everyone. Sammush, Simmush. They got a really kick-ass fucking image, really dark. Kind of look like Darkthrone a little bit as far as their image wise, but just a little bit even more cooler. Fucking just, it's really great. You know,
Are they a newer band or?
I think so. I think they started in 2007, but they only have like 4 albums. It looks like I'm looking on their Metal Encyclopedia I discovered them like a couple months ago after CD. I just took a chance. It was one of those, I'm gonna take a chance on it. I came across them on YouTube and I really liked the way it sounded. I guess they're considered anti-Christianity, death, nature, Babylonian mythology is their kind of
is that their tagline?
Well, that's their lyrical themes is anti-Christianity.
Okay.
But I guess they're considered black and death metal.
Who wrote that for him? Tony?
Probably.
Sounds like something Tony would write.
Yeah. I guess they're in they have songs about nature.
Nature.
Yeah, it's like
walk through the park.
Might come into a Disney Channel near you. Yeah, so
what's it
Suresh, if that's how you say their name. So Suresh.
Okay.
Suresh.
So that's number 6. What do we got on number 5?
Number 5, I wanted to put these guys a little bit.
Fucking albums.
Yeah, I wanted to put these guys a little higher, and then there's another band that I'm waiting for the record to come because it's an import. No, actually, I got them on Amazon. I just ordered on Amazon, but I discovered them like a month ago on streaming. So, and they're from Japan. They're called Sigh, SIGH,
So a Japanese black metal. Are there many Japanese black metal bands?
There's quite a few, but these guys, man, is there a 3-piece, and they don't look black metal. Like they have like some kind of cool looking makeup and stuff. It's like I think there's a chick in the band, and then there's like 2 guys. Man, but just like the album's called Shiki, and it's just like
it's badass.
Yeah, it's just it's another one of those albums that just takes you away from and all their.
So why would they be considered black metal? Because again, to me,
well, the music obviously, the music is black metal, but his guitar playing, the way he plays his guitar, the solos is like, man, the vibrato and it's just so clean and just because it'll be like just totally blast, but then there's also a lot of doom sound, like really cool doomy riffs, like just slow and doomy.
So then they're going to open up a whole new genre of black metal called samurai ancient.
Maybe that's what the album cover kind of has that look to it, and all their all their song titles are in Chinese writing, so even though they're Japanese.
Erik, from Japan again.
Yeah, I know.
It's Japanese.
It's all the same to me, damn it.
Can't say they're all the same.
They're all the same. You know the difference between a Chinese and a Japanese.
I don't know, a sword and a ninja sword and a samurai sword. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the difference? All right, so that's number 5. We got Psy. Number 4.
Psy, that's get that album, everyone. Get that album, Psy, or check it out. Go stream it, man. You're gonna thank me for it, man. You're gonna write me and say like, damn, man.
Right now, I'm gonna do that right now, Erik. Thank you.
You're gonna be like, that band should give you some royalties.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down, even though I have my notes in front of me.
And number 4 is one of my favorite new bands. I don't know if they're ever really even considered black metal, but they got the black metal look. Is the band Worm? Remember you said
what is before we get into that? That's what I don't understand, the distinction now between black metal. Is it based on the sound or the look, or does it have to be both?
I think at this point, I think you just throw everything up in the air and just like
Well, who classified them as black metal? You personally, or is it? Or are they actually in a category that?
If you look up their name, I mean, they're like especially if they're wiki, whatever, they're gonna say black metal, death metal.
So I didn't, I didn't know who's defining.
But when I listen to their music don't sound black metal to me. It sounds like that's just doom metal, like like doom, dark, metal. But their image, they're a 3-piece, and they got the full on corpse paint, but they look very dark. They look like they take their pictures with a Polaroid or something, like out in the forest, and and then they just Photoshop the shit out of it, with the black and the white tones or whatever. But nice. Yeah, and the album is called Blue Nothing. Came out this year, and it's an EP. It's only got 4 songs. I'm trying to worry about putting albums that are not full albums and they're just EPs. But I got to go with what I got in my collection. I don't have a whole bunch of them in my collection, so I had to narrow down 12 records down to 10. I have a lot of black metal. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of black metal, but just for what came out this year.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
sure, Eric, you're just not a true fan. You're not a true Norwegian.
Yeah. What were they again? They were number
4.
Number 4. So
now
number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3. Behemoth made number 3, I believe.
Damn right. Behemoth better fucking.
Yeah. Finally. So I put this. Remember on the 2022 regular one. I couldn't. When I was saying I wanted to put it up higher, but I just didn't get a chance to listen to the whole record. And it's one of those records you put on, you don't get to finish. And
yeah.
But the other night I put it on and I just listened to it all the way through. Listened to the lyrics. Played, went through the booklet and everything because they have a really nice booklet in here, and just lost myself into the music, into the record, and into the artwork, and it's a damn good record, So
damn right, it's fucking Behemoth. They should be number 1.
The only thing I have to, it's taking me a while to get like Nergal's voice. It's like it's cool, but there's times where it kind of annoys me because it's just shouting. It's not like
Yeah, he has
which I like it because it's different. But sometimes there's times where I kind of want it to be more like just that traditional black metal sound. But
I think with Behemoth, it's the package because you always get a fucking cool package.
Yeah, it's a whole package with them. I mean, they know how to market that shit. They're like the kiss of
videos,
of black metal.
They're fucking the image. It's just like it just blows you away. Like it's just I love their stuff, man.
Yeah,
they're like the fucking Hollywood top of the line blockbuster fucking black metal band of the century, right? Because their videos are just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you think about it, they're probably like the Guns N' Roses of black metal. It used to be like Cradle of Filth used to have that title in a sense, but now Behemoth is kind of. And then, what's weird? Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Whatever happened to Dimmu Borgir? You don't hear nothing about those guys.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard.
Like no new albums or nothing.
Broken up or something?
I don't know. It's like weird.
But they were never considered black. Same thing with Cradle of Filth wasn't considered black metal. They're considered extreme metal.
Yeah, especially because they're from England and not Norway or whatever.
Because they're more vampiric or more goth.
Yeah.
So then they call them extreme. But
So yeah. So then what are we on now?
So Behemoth, we love Behemoth. Go check them out. Of course, anything they produce, they work their ass off. That's a lot of people say Behemoth is like a sellout.
Yeah.
But they fucking work hard, man. You can tell those guys fucking push the shit out of their stuff. They want to put out a good product. They're not just going to go, oh, let me fucking just hook up a mic to an amp that's 30 feet away and just try to sound as shitty as possible.
I wonder if Nagala was like rich in the beginning, like obviously because they have a big production, like their stage shows, everything they do is. Yeah, like I wonder where they're getting their funding because there's no record label paying that kind of money these days.
That's what I always wonder. They must be hired. They must be doing something that because they got some high quality shit, man.
Maybe some Polish mafia shit going on or something.
It comes from ancient money.
Yeah,
ancient Polish money.
Yeah,
good for you, Behemoth. Go beat the Christians to death, man. Fucking do that shit.
Yeah, number 2 is Black Braid. These are Native American black metal band. And the album, I think the album's called I, or is it called One, like the number 1? But I think it's just I, because this is.
I am number 1, but they're number 2, right? So number 2 is Black Braid.
Black Braid, yeah, fucking cool ass. I mean, they got a cool image. I mean, the music is just really good. Every song is amazing. Yeah, I can't get enough of this. I want to go back and get some of their older stuff, albums before this, just to see what it was like. But I can't remember what the name of the tribe is that they're part of. I'm just really bad with names like that, but just Google them. Google the fuck out of them. Black Braid.
Hey man, you got to support the first Americans because the First Nation people, whatever the fuck name they want to come up with. Let me tell you something. I've been watching that Yellowstone, and
I need to get into that.
1883 and the 1920 or whatever fucking thing.
Yeah.
The best storyline about that show is watching how fucking cruel Americans treated the Indians, over the years, man. They were fucking brutal, man. That I get pissed off watching it. I'm thinking, fuck, man.
That's what this whole album's about. Like, they don't sing about Satan. They're singing about Thanksgiving, like what really happened during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's true fucking black metal right
there.
I'm
just kidding. There's also a song on here about how they got casinos.
And about a turkey. There's a turkey in there somewhere.
Like, every song is about Thanksgiving.
Now that's going to be a new genre of black metal. It's called the Thanksgiving black metal. Turkey black metal. Or native black. Yeah, native black metal. That would sound. That's a cool.
Motherfucker tricked me.
Native. I could deal with that. Native black metal.
Yeah,
No.
Native American black metal.
Instead of Norwegian black metal, native black, but they just need a good storyline. Some people killing each other over
Yeah,
some
yeah.
disputes and shit.
Yeah, I haven't
on
gotten into their
tribal
lyrical
land.
content. I need to like when I listen to them, I gotta because it's on CD and my eyes are not as good as they used to be. So
Are they singing in Navajo or like the
no,
native language, or they're singing in English?
I think they probably do a mixture of both. Like they
That
got
would
some
be
really
cool.
good videos. Like just check out their videos. Like their videos are really cool. Like they're very and very well done. Like a well produced movie or something. Like little mini movies basically.
Then I will check them out, Eric. I
Yeah,
promise you that. I
yeah,
will check
definitely
out
shoot you a video.
Black Braid as number 2, black metal, Indian, Native American black metal, in your face, fucking ready to
Yeah.
kill the white man with the fucking tomahawk and take
Mhm.
their shit out because they deserve it. The
Yeah,
white man deserves to die for the shit they did to them, man. That's some fucked up shit.
exactly. And my number one, I just cannot ever make this album lesser than number one. It's the best black
Even
metal
10
album.
years from now, it'll still be number 1 in a
This is
completely
the
different
best
year,
black
right?
metal record of 2022, in my opinion. IMO,
No, you don't
in
get
my
it.
opinion.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Fucking fact, Eric.
Well, these days opinions are facts.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
According to the Trumpers and the QAnons, opinions are facts.
So
Is
what's number
Watain.
one?
Watain.
God damn.
They made my top 20 and they made the top 10. Number one, I think, what were they? Number 4 on my top 20 of albums of all 2022. And then
I don't even remember what number 9 was on this list right now today.
yeah, me neither, actually.
I'm not going to remember last week, Eric.
Yeah, but they definitely made my number 1 for black metal because, I mean, shit, man, this album is just fucking good. They got
Now,
the
those
ISIS.
are the members of ISIS. Those are
Yeah, they get the
black
ISIS
metal,
image in the
right?
back there, yeah.
Or what do
So
you
check
call
out
that
their,
whole
like-
movement?
Yeah.
Like terrorists, right? Or what are they called? Like
What are you talking about?
Like, what are people that do that create, like the ISIS? What are they called? Like just a terrorist organization
Well, they're like
or something?
Well, yeah, they're obviously Islamic extremists and
Okay, so then this would be extremist black metal.
yeah,
right? That's
extremist
their
black
genre.
metal. Yeah,
Extremist
instead of
black
extreme metal, it's extremist metal.
extremist black metal. There we go.
Yeah,
We're
extremist
creating
black
new
metal.
genres here, people.
Yeah.
Get on board.
Yeah, they're definitely out there to take over the caliphate or whatever. Yeah, Watain, the ecstasy and agony of Watain is like not to be confused with the Wu-Tang Clan. Sometimes want to call them that the Watain Clan.
So, if you are buying that album, Eric, are you supporting a terrorist organization?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. As long as they sound like this, then yes, sign me up. I don't care how many people they behead. Just freaking.
So, what makes them so great? Like, besides the
I don't
album
know.
cover and the extreme,
The songs
look,
are good. Look, I mean, how can you deny a song called Black Cunt? I mean, come on.
Right on.
Yeah, ecstasies,
Does she have
Infinite
an
Night.
infection, or what's going on with that?
Yeah. Oh, the song called Saramosa. That's a nice song, man. Yeah, just very, there's some little melodic stuff going on, which I'm a big fan of. Just very, just dark but what I really like about them is watching them live. Like, there's some really good, well shot YouTube videos of their concert, and it's just they do this whole ritual thing in the beginning, like almost like a satanic ritual, the way they come out with the drums and and they got the torches everywhere, like flames and fire. I mean, it looks like that stage is going to catch on fire and then people are going to burn like they did with the Great White shit going on. Like what happened with the Great White concert.
So they're putting on a good show. That's
yeah, they put on a
important
really good
these days.
show, and I think they've probably played with Behemoth a few times. I think they kind of in that same camp with those guys. I think because Behemoth also has a really good stage show.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you've
they
seen
go
that
fucking
more
crazy.
recent concert they just put out, that live stream is like fuck, man, that shit is crazy. But with Watain, it's like it's more dark. It's like it makes you feel like you're in some kind of apocalyptic freaking times and stuff. And yeah. So Watain.
Watain is number 1 on the top 10 2010 2022 black
20
metal albums.
Yeah, so we're talking 2022, and then at the end of this year, 2023, if I make it, it's the year of the monkey, or it's the year of the rabbit. Then the monkey's
You'll make it, Eric.
The monkey's gonna have some struggles this year.
Is that so?
But but I'm well prepared.
You got a monkey on your back. You're gonna fall off the wagon with a monkey on your back.
20 years ago was the worst year for the year of the monkey. That's what Cookie told me.
Oh,
Remember Cookie, our old boss? He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's the worst year. And I was going through a lot of shit at that time. But
she's just trying to.
little
make you
did she
feel
know, it was probably because of my alcohol and my freaking drug
Yeah.
use. It wasn't because of a freaking
good.
monkey.
Got a monkey to do with that shit.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her? Cookie. Cookie.
I was addicted.
Yeah, it's called it. Like all of a sudden, everyone in the whole fucking world, the The monkey
Yeah.
just destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
But what's
This-
just weird is I think the snake in Chinese mythology or
Mhm.
astrology, that's actually good luck, right? The snake.
Yeah.
You think the snake
Yeah, I
is
think
supposed to be
so.
bad in Christianity. So.
Yeah, and I think the rabbit's supposed to be good luck. That's why I bought 2 lottery tickets tonight for the. I never buy lottery tickets, but I bought a couple quick picks for the. It's up to 940 million or whatever.
Now, what does it matter? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. What does it matter whether it's at 3 million or
I know, right?
500
I know, right?
trillion?
I know. Why
Either way,
people?
if you win, you win. You're fucking.
Yeah.
In fact, if you play when it's at its highest, those are the worst odds.
I
Because
know.
the more people play, the
You got to
less
play when it's like
likely
a
it is you're
million or
gonna
something.
win. Yeah, exactly. Like, give me a fucking million. I don't give a shit. I'm fine with that. I don't need $200 billion.
That's a good idea. I think I'm going to start buying at least 1 or 2 just at the lowest, like the million. Because I'm like, yeah, give me $500,000. Just give me enough to pay off those damn taxes. Yeah.
Lottery's for suckers, dude. Just fucking spend your money on hookers and something better, something more enjoyable.
Yeah. My records and my comic books.
So Erik, next week we're gonna do Erik's top 20 lottery picks and what numbers he chose and lost with, right?
Yeah. Actually, next week I think we'll do top 20 pop albums of the 2022. Just kidding. You know, they got BTS.
The whole fucking year, man.
We got BTS, Dua Lipa. Just kidding.
And fucking a gun to my head.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, some Taylor Swift, huh?
Yeah. I know she had to have a new album. I don't even think they put out albums, do they? They just put out freaking songs.
Yeah, I know because I've seen their albums in Walmart walking around. I think
I have too. Like
there's a few
Target.
suckers out there buying their albums.
Yeah. Can't put that shit on wax, man. Can't waste that wax. Don't waste the wax.
Do we have anything new coming from Primus? I was at the record store.
I know, I need to get some of them in my collection. I need to get at least a couple of their albums.
Yeah, all they had were the newer ones. My son was looking for Selling the Seeds of Cheese, of course.
Yeah.
But
probably get it on Amazon, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we got him a record player for Christmas. And,
oh, nice.
And so now he wants to listen to some vinyl. He wants to follow in his uncle's footsteps.
Yeah, turn him on to the Primus. What else does he like?
I tried to tell him that collecting vinyl doesn't lead to anything good.
Right.
He's not going to go to college.
Yeah.
He's going to be a failure if he collects vinyl. That's what I told him. But
he
said,
yeah. But if he does it right,
I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, turn him on to the Discogs website where you can like log in his records and it could tell him like, what it's worth and the value.
Oh yeah.
Like right now, my collection right now, like if everything was like in mint or near mint, my collection right now would be worth at its highest $26,562.
Damn, you better not give out your address, Erik.
Yeah.
People are coming for your ass.
And at the lowest, it's like $10,000. But I probably spent $10,000 on records at the lowest.
Now, do you think if they broke into your house to steal your records, would they be able to get away, or would they get caught like you did at Dorothy's music?
I know, right?
You got your alarm system set up properly, right?
I know, huh?
That's a lot of albums, right? How many albums do you have? Like
as far as vinyl, I'm not sure, but as far as all pieces of music, 733.
Oh, that's it?
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure like 500 of that is a vinyl, and the rest are like CDs.
No, but I'm saying to have like 700 pieces and have it worth $26,000. That's a pretty good ratio to.
You think?
Album to ratio collection.
Yeah, because some of these records are like the Ozzy one, like the Ordinary Man that I bought, like his last album before this one. It's going for like $300. You know.
Now, so
I paid $40 for it.
So then I'm curious. Over the years, did you actually spend $26,000 to buy all of the? Like, are you ahead or are you behind?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you keep track of how much you spent.
Not really, but I mean, it could be. But I mean, when you look at I look at some of the albums that cost $40, and then it says they're worth like $16.70. You know.
So what I'm curious about with Discog is like. When you fill in the information, it should let you put in how much you actually paid for it originally.
Well, yeah,
that way you know how much it was.
Yeah. Well, I think it normally does. So it does tell you, like, so the minimum is basically usually like the price that people pretty much paid for it. Then it goes to medium, and then it goes to max. So max is
normally you don't buy vinyl as far as like collector's pieces. You buy it brand new.
Yeah, and I bought in some collector's pieces. I bought I bought Miraker's the album that I already have, but I bought like a collector's version of it for like $100, and now it's up to 200. So,
damn, what an investor! Erik's like the fucking Wall Street of vinyl.
Yeah, so it's definitely investing. Yeah. But my problem is I'm not that big of a collector where I have to like shine up the records every time and making sure like.
People
So
get
if I were to sell my
psycho as
collection,
shit.
I don't think I would get 26,000 out of it. Probably like if I were to
Get
sell it all,
$20.
yeah, it'd probably be like maybe $10.
It end up in a fucking a storage unit and being
Yeah.
sold on fucking eBay for $20.
So like my Funko collection, I'm surprised a lot of those has gone up pretty good. Like I said, the man thing is $120. I paid $30 for it, and like if I were to sell it right now,
When are you retiring, Eric?
if I need to pay my electric bill and it's about $100, I just sell my man thing. If I'm broke.
Yeah, you better take advantage of it while it's hot.
Yeah.
Next year it's going to be worth nothing.
Yeah.
That's the way
Just
it
sell me
works.
my man thing. I'll sell you my man thing.
All right, everybody. So that is our top 10, or Eric's. That's not mine. It's Eric's top 10 black metal albums of 2022. And that's pretty much our show for the Gen X Brothers.
Yeah.
Again, we were live streaming on YouTube. We're going to try to do that every week. So if you're normally listening to us on Spotify or normal podcasting, if you want to check us out, we're usually record the shows every Friday between 4 and 5 p.m., depending upon if we have an interview or not. So definitely, if you want to jump in and ask us some questions, we can ignore you, and then get pissed off and then stop watching. You know, it's up to you, whatever you want to do.
The hottest nightclub in Portland, Oregon. Let me tell you. Just kidding.
Yeah,
what was that guy's name
partying
again?
up on a Friday night.
Yeah.
You fucking come here to the Gen X Brothers. But
Yeah.
anything else from you, Eric? Anything you want to add for those people that are still left in the dark of 2022?
Fuck you, Trader Joe's. Get rid of some of those employees.
Way to give hope for the new year. Like, give a hopeful speech for people. Let's ban Trader Joe's. That'll be hopeful, right?
Yeah, you know why? I'm going to ban this one because they don't have cat supplies. They just have dog supplies. So they're anti-cat.
Those racist motherfuckers, man.
Fuck yeah, man. I went in there like, oh, maybe I'll get Tamarind some healthy, organic cat food. But all they have is dog shit. I mean, not dog shit, but dog stuff for dogs.
Maybe they hid it. Maybe it's somewhere
Yeah,
in the back. They're
I
always
don't know,
changing
man.
things up, right?
Yeah. Why do they need so
A lot
many?
of people at Trader Joe's would be cat people. I
As much as that place annoys me, why do I keep going? That's what I don't understand. I think because I just trip on the place.
You're sick, Eric. You're fucking sick. Because there's literally a Safeway right next to it, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong in that? There is a Safeway literally less than
I sometimes go to both. I was going to Safeway all the time, but then I just started going to Trader Joe's because I do like a lot of their stuff in there. But it just baffles me. Like, why do you need that many employees in there? Like, there's like 50 employees working in one store. It's like, shit, if they say
a job there and find out, you can sit around.
There's probably no openings because they fucking took them all. It's like, well, they probably would.
Sounds like the perfect place to sit around and do nothing and get paid.
And like I said, and it's so annoying. Like they shouldn't be stocking shit. Like in the daytime when people turn to shop, it's like you can't even move in there as it is, and then you got people walking all over the place, changing shit around and stocking stuff, pricing stuff. It's like, do that shit at night, like Safeway does. You know?
God damn it! Pay your employees some overtime, motherfucker.
Your store ain't that big to be able to have to be doing all that shit. You know.
All right, everybody, that is our show. We better get out of here before Eric keeps droning on about
Trader Joe's,
Safeway versus Trader Joe's, or
that'll be the next segment.
Joe's. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So make sure you check us out on social media. Check us out on Facebook. You know, just look up Gen X Brothers, Gen X Bros, however you want to say it. We are out there. Check us out for 2023. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up for the year. And thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Horns up and peace out. Boo.